Hello and welcome to another episode of Making a Difference on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Pam Vasilevsky, and today I welcome Tiki Finlayson with 1 in 3. Welcome, Tiki.
Thank you for having me today.
Well, I'm so interested to hear about your organization, 1 in 3. What does that mean?
Well, it came from the statistic when we started in 2011 that 1 in 3 people are impacted by drinking and driving. And I am 1 in 3. So that's where it came from.
Oh, my goodness. Can you share your story?
Certainly. In July of 2011, I got a phone call, one that no one ever wants to hear, that my son had been hit by a drunk driver. And he lived less than 32 hours. And we became part of that statistic. And so what we wanted to do was be part of the solution in the community and around the world, really, that hopefully get people to not get behind the wheel intoxicated. And so what we do is we share real life stories. It's not just our story. We have other people that also come and share their stories of how their life has been impacted by drinking and driving and the dangers and the consequences of that. And so, with our story, we just want to get people to think before they take the first drink, to have a plan if they're going to go out and have drinks. We're not against people that drink. We just want them to be responsible when they do. And to have a plan, to think about the morning, MOURNING, after the drinking, because it does cause mourning. It causes grief. Whether a person dies or not, there's trauma on the other end of it. And, you can't think that, you're going to be okay. You're 10 foot tall and bulletproof because, it can happen to you.
Well, and I imagine on both sides of the spectrum, I mean, you've got the horrible reality of your own situation where you've lost a loved one, but also the impact of the person who's behind the wheel and the guilt. And I can only imagine the trauma and life impacting effect that would have on someone. I assume you talk about that as well and have outreach for those people.
Absolutely. We're not just about the victim side. We're also about the offender side, because most people that are the offenders, they think, oh, it'll never happen to me. And, for drinking and driving, it can happen to anyone from any walk of life. And in our situation, the young woman that was the offender, that was the drunk driver, she was a single mom, just going out to celebrate a friend that had purchased her own home and had too much to drink. And unfortunately, the choice that she made to drink and drive ended my son's life. And what's unique about our situation is that I chose to forgive her for what she had done, not meaning there wasn't going to be any consequences. She did go to prison and serve time. But now we work together to be part of that solution and share our story together, to show both sides of how choices matter. The choice that she made to get behind the wheel intoxicated cost us our Kevin. He was a big part of our life. And that choice caused a life sentence on both sides. Our life sentence is never another day with Kevin. We're left with memories. We're left with just, the memories of who he was. And her life sentence is knowing that she killed him and that she has to live with that every day. I can't imagine waking up every day knowing that I was responsible for killing someone, and it could have been prevented. And so for her, she wants to save other people from going through the life sentence that she goes through, as well as the life sentence that I go through. And so, we're just trying to get the message out. The statistic 1 in 3 people are impacted by drinking and driving. Well, there are statistics that are a whole lot less than that for cancer, for all kind of other things that you hear about every day that people are aware of and they pay attention to, but the drinking and driving, they don't, because it's so common. And so what we're trying to do is just get that message across that, have a plan. Don't cause another family to go through what we have to go through on a daily basis.
Well, I know you have a lot of ways for folks to get involved, and I think it is really important to shine a light again on this this very, very important cause and message that you have. I think there's been so much talked about in the last few years about distracted driving, but we can't forget that drunk driving is really still such a part of the fabric of what we, how we live. And it's so important that you call attention to that. So thank you so much, Tiki, for your work in shining a light on that, on this problem.
Thank you.
If you'd like, you're welcome. And so sorry for your loss. If you'd like to learn more about 1 in 3 and Tiki Finlayson, you can go to iwantabuzz.com, and remember, keep smiling.